Yeah, if you're single, the age pension's been changed. So right now in Australia, I'm talking 2025, it is a fortnight you will get $1,178.70 if you're single every fortnight, which equates to $30,646 and a little bit of change. $30,000 a year, 630,646. That is a pretty nice pension, really. If you've got nothing behind you, if you've never had a superannuation account, if you've got divorced and you have nothing at all, when you get to 67, the government here at our pension will give you $1,178.70 if you're single, and if you're a married couple combined, you will receive at pension age $1,777 every fortnight, which equates to $46,202 a year. Now, that is a pretty, in my opinion, that is a pretty comfortable pension. If you're a couple and you're getting $1,700 and $1,777, that is a weird number, but for sure that is the number for a combined couple. And if you're single, 1,178 a fortnight. So you're looking at $580 odd dollars a week if you're single. If you and then if you got rent assistance and a few other things on top, that is a pretty comfortable retirement. So do not stress, do not panic, do not throw the baby out with the bathwater, so to speak. You will get by without a managed superannuation fund. A lot of people have superannuation funds which have too much money. How much money? You need to go to a financial advisor who's too much. That's a good problem to have. If you've got too much money, you're not going to get the pension. That means you're pretty comfortable. So I would not be stressing about that. But if you can get it managed, so you can have your money in the correct accounts, and it's not just the pension that you get, it's the healthcare card and it's all the benefits that go with being a pensioner in Australia. So definitely don't stress over your financial situation. Definitely get an advisor to just talk you through it. And let me say, in Centrelink itself, book an appointment, talk to one of the consultants there. They're there to help. They're definitely not there to rip you off or they're. I've worked in a Centrelink office for a while. I know how it all sort of runs and works. They're there to help. They're there to give you the Mac. If you're there with nothing to hide, and they don't, when they take your assets out, right? The assets, I'll get that figure for you in a sec, but your house does not get included in the assets. So let's look at the assets. All right, to be eligible for the pension, I've just brought up the numbers here. If you're a homeowner and you own your house, singles can have $714,500, and couples can have, these are assets outside the home. Couples can have $1,074,000 worth of assets, and if you're over that, you are not eligible for the pension. So that is the limit. And when you get these high limits, if you're up there, you'll get a part pension. But it is that is a big figure. You take your house out of it, and it's even more if you're not a homeowner, so you're renting, or you're living in your van or caravan or whatever. You can have assets up to $972,500, and couples can have $1,332,000 in assets That includes your house contents, your car, your boat, your trailer, your jet ski, all your toys, your Gibson guitars, whatever you've got, anything that adds value goes into this pot. And with that pot becomes the assets that you own. And like if you're a single guy or a single girl and you have your house, $714,000 worth of gear, that is a lot of gear to have before you can lose your assets. And the income test as well. So if you're applying for a pension and you're over the age of 68, and let me remind you that I am not a financial advisor. I am just Radio Jonesy doing his talk about getting your life under control, and definitely get some advice from a financial advisor. But your income must be less than $66,960 for you to be eligible for any part of the pension. So that'd be, if you're earning 66 grand a year as a 67-year-old or older, you need to be below that to be getting the pension card and the benefits that go along with that, the healthcare card and stuff. But if you're a couple, it's 102,000. I don't know too many 67-year-olds earning 66,000. I've got a friend, I should say I know one who is in that boat, but he's not applying for the card. Maybe I should advise him, he should. But he is wanting to work, so he's not retiring as yet, but he's at that age. He's well over that age already. As well, you've got to be a resident in Australia. You've got to be a citizen to qualify for Centrelink Age Pension. As well, you must have been a resident for at least 10 years and have lived in Australia for at least 5 of those 10 uninterrupted years, excluding short holidays. So you can always go for a holiday, but you have to be living in the country for at least 5 of those 10 years to qualify. That is the residency. And the obviously age is you must be at least 67 and be eligible for the age pension. However, you must apply up to 13 weeks earlier. So there's a tip for the age pension. When you're getting very close, you're 66 and a half, go into your local Centrelink office, talk to them about it, and they will organise you to be, when that birth date comes around, bang, there you go, you've got it, it's in your hot little hand. But that is the eligibility tests for the age pension and the Commonwealth Seniors Health Card. But in saying all this, I'm waffling a bit. Just organise your finances, and like I was saying before, if you're in that situation where you haven't got anything, maybe you think your superannuation, you can't put in a managed fund to survive on, that is a lot of money you're going to get off the pension, over $500 a week as a single pensioner, and $600 odd if you're a couple. So it's if you can manage your life, if you can manage your bills with that sort of accounting, I know the way of the world of today, everything is exploding, the prices of food, the prices of rent. There is a lot of people doing tiny houses and buying land and putting caravans on and different things. Other people are downsizing from a big house to a smaller house. But once you manage your accommodations, what you really need, accommodation, whichever way you're going to do it. You need transport, whether you're going to be living near a train station, a bus route, or you've got a car, it's up to you. But once you've got a roof over your head and accommodation sorted, worry about your health. There's no point getting to pension age and dropping dead with all the stress Just organise yourself. Get some financial advice from a great financial advisors, but aged pension eligibility, there you go. 67, income test, you know, you don't want to be earning more than 60, just say 67,000. It's just under, it's $50 under 67,000. And if you're a couple, 102,000. So just get some good advice. Keep your assets to a minimum. Definitely sell some of your assets to your children if you want to keep them in the family. If you sort of work that system out, or to a friend where you can actually have access to whatever you like to have. If you're on that line, you know, there's ways of looking after yourself. Definitely work that out, but get some advice. Anyway, that's the basics of the age eligibility calculator. If the big thing to get out of this is, look, don't stress. $500 a week. If someone gave you $500 a week now and said, here you go for the rest of your life, $500 a week, run away. You're pretty comfortable. $500. Anyway, this is just a quick one. Radio Jonesy. Until we meet again on the next video. Ciao.